called eyes, which shows you that you are a true reflection of the universe, and that the universe is you, and you are the universe. Are you ready? You know what they say, as a buzz, so are you ready to
Welcome to the Spiritual Vault. I am Wunam, aka Nicky Love, your African Indigenous Traditional Healer.
My brother Adinkra, your African Indigenous Traditional Healer. How y'all doing tonight, family?
How y'all doing, Corey? How you doing? Hey, Corey, you just sent me a message on WhatsApp? I think I just got it. I gotta check it. I didn't listen to it yet, but I'll check it. It's on it's on the phone that we're doing the video on. Okay. Hey, Kim. Hey, Kim. How are you? No, all is well. Brother Dinker, your face is cut off.
Is it?
Your face is cut
Peace,
off.
family. Peace. How you doing, Stephen Cody?
How you doing, Stephen Cody? What's goings on? What's going on with you? Y'all, I ain't do my hair. Y'all see, we just been lounging around today. You know what I mean? Lounging around, ain't doing nothing. Corey, you know, you crossed my mind today. You okay? How's your health? You okay today? You good? Let us know you good. YouTube, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Are y'all good? All right, family. You see the title of the show. What'd you entitle it?
The importance of animal sacrifice.
All right. Star Sirius, blessings. How are you? Okay. We want to do the show because there's one of the things that 9999. What's 9999? What's that, Stephen Cody? 9999. Who told you to put that in there, Stephen Cody? What is it? 9999. All right, y'all. So one of the reasons we want to do the show is because people had the question of why do African, and this is not African, y'all. This is in other cultures too. Let me just explain something to y'all. We aren't the only ones in Africa who sacrifice chickens and goats and everything goddamn else and cows, okay? Do you know that these animals are slaughtered on a daily basis all over the world? Do you know in the United States of America that they slaughter them in the worst way that they can ever be slaughtered? Did you know that? So when you make the mistake of feeling sorry for an animal, okay? Stephen Cody, you know I'm talking about you and some other people that has to. You know damn right I'm telling you right now. Because we have other people ask this question. No question is ever a dumb question. But I want y'all to use your logical senses. There's one thing I like to say. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't use our goddamn logical senses. How are you going to feel sensitive about an animal that you eat every goddamn day or may eat at one time in your life? I know y'all done had some goddamn curry goat. Don't act like you ain't had no curry goat. Because I know your asses had some curry goat. You eat curry chicken. You eat fried chicken. You eat baked chicken. You eat steak. You eat meat loaf. You eat goddamn beef stew.
You eat chitlins.
Nasty ass chitlins. That shit too.
You eat chitlins.
Eat pork chops.
You eat
How you think you able to eat these animals unless they are sacrificed?
You eat hog maws.
Unless they're now, let me just say this, family. These animals in Africa, first of all, the permission is asked to take the animal. And when we give sacrificial offerings to the gods or the goddesses or the sea gods or the water gods or the sky gods or the tree gods or whatever you want to call them, because there's many, 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 many of them, you must understand that it is the blood that is the life force, the life source and the life force. The blood is the life source. So when you're giving these offerings to the gods, they require these offerings. Every part of that animal is to be eaten. Now, unfortunately, here in America, when we do sacrificial offerings, sometimes we don't know if they're clean, so we don't eat all of the animal. Okay? But in Africa, they pretty much have a whole, they would, chickens run around, goats run around freely everywhere. So you know that they're clean because they're eating clean food. They're not getting injected with steroids and all kind of shit and eating all kind of shit. Okay? So we're saying that, family, when you're giving these offerings and you're giving the blood to that god or the goddess, whatever it requires, you're asking permission first. First and foremost, which is the civilized way to do it when you are sacrificing an animal. The way that they do it here, you goddamn know well them animals are traumatized. Beat upside the head with goddamn knockers. I mean, slung around by the neck and shit.
Knockers.
Yeah, y'all remember the little, we used to have them in New York. I used to have some. They're little balls and you shake them up there and you make it go like this and you make the balls hit. Y'all remember those? If you remember those, y'all in your 50s or late 40s, you know what I'm talking about. So they did a documentary where they was taking a cow. Those used to be hit the cow upside the goddamn head. How you like to be hit up the side of the goddamn head with some goddamn knockers? You're traumatizing the animal. The animal's scared to death. So now you're getting scary goddamn meat that you're eating.
They hit him in the head with a sledgehammer now.
Well, I don't care how they do it. They hit the goddamn animals and they torture the animals. They torture the animals and they're not supposed to do it that way. In Africa, we pay homage to the animal. And when you kill the animal, every part of the animal is supposed to be eaten. That's a feast for your village or for your tribe. You understand? Not for you to go take it and, do what the shit they doing with the animals. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Star Sirius. So, you have...
Indicara.
Hey, Indicara on YouTube. So, when you are giving sacrifices to animals, it is done the proper way. No animal is just harmed just because. And a lot of times, or sometimes, when I do rituals or we do rituals, we don't even have to cut the animal. The spirit come and take the soul right out of the animal. So now the animal is not feeling any pain because the soul has left the body of the animal. And you all know the inyama, that's inyama, the energy of the animal or the ka, is what they call it in ancient times, is out of the body. So now the body just is returning back to earth. So we must know that we have to respect other people's culture, okay? We have to understand it. One of the things we have done is we have gotten so attached to the physical beingness of people, places, things, animals. We don't ever get used to take your hands and blow your breath on your hands. That's your soul. That's your inyama. That's your soul. That's the real you. Okay? That's the real you. So let me explain something to you all. Don't get sad. I know that, our brother said, well, I get very sad. I feel sorry for the goat. I feel sorry for the cow. And maybe because I'm an earth sign. I'm an earth sign too. I love everything. I love the trees. I love everything on the planet because I am an earth sign. But when it calls to save somebody's life, see what people don't understand. And we've had cases like this before, okay? The first thing you want to do is always divine on it. Do a divination or go to the ancestors on it and ask the ancestors, if it's this person's time, let us know. And we will not intervene. And we have to ask that. We do not want to intervene where we have no business intervening because it could be that person's time. Right? So, if it's not that person's time, based off of what ancestors say and the divination says, then we have a right to intervene. So we may go get a chicken to give on behalf of that person's health or that person's sickness. So that's when we say to the chicken, may we give you your life to save a human life. You understand? Stephen, Cody, you got it? So, and there's times when that has to be done. Now, if you, and especially with the Ifa Pantheon, but most of the pantheons in Africa, there's chicken sacrifice, okay? But let me tell you this. If you, an Ifa, get your reading and it says you need to do an Odu, I mean, you do an Ifa reading and your Odu comes back and says you have to give an Ebo, then it's very important that you follow through. Because that means that Ifa sees something that you need to be aware of and that you need to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
It may be enemies, it may be health problems, whatever it may be, whatever that Odu is that comes up, you want to be sure to do your Ebo. So with saying that, family, you got to understand, if that God or that Ovisa or whatever requires a goat, a chicken, a snake, a duck or whatever, you better give it the goddamn thing you asked for. Because that animal is actually saving your life. They can see, Ifa can see, I can see, our form of divination, we can see very, very well. And when Spirit shows us that, hey, you got an enemy, you better be careful. This enemy is trying to cause you problems, trying to cause you harm. You need to give an offering, and that God wants the offering of a goat. That God wants the offering of a chicken. That God wants the offering of a cow. You better get it. Now,
Yeah.
go ahead, Brother Dick.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle.
Especially if it's life threatening. Sometimes they won't tell you what is being seen, right? So you know, except for like you get the Odus, right? You get the Odus will tell you, you know. And then if you know what the Odu means, then you'll be able to find it out. But some people don't, you know, they don't know what the Odus mean. So when we start dealing with certain, like say for instance, when we start dealing with Ifa, right? You know, it came with certain Odus, so we start looking up the Odus, understanding what the Odus mean. And so sometimes when you do a sacrifice, sometimes you get a reading you don't have to see. It's a misunderstanding. Sometimes people think it's a misconception that you always have to give a blood sacrifice. You don't always have to, but if it calls for it, you should. Like my wife says, and it's been instances where the spirit will see something else where your life maybe is being harmed, or somebody may be doing spiritual work, somebody may be trying to block your money. That's the reason. That's really, these are the reasons. Or your kids or your family may be in danger. So that's the reason why these spirits are offering for these blood sacrifices, you know. And if your life is on the line or something like that is very important to you, you should do the blood sacrifice.
And right. So family, and again, like he said, it's not always required. But I'm going to be honest with you. In Europe, most of the time it's required.
Mm-hmm.
In Europe, okay? That's not for every tribe. Every tribe has their different gods, okay?
Yeah.
Now, me dealing with two other tribes besides Yoruba, sometimes we don't need that. We have certain medicines we can do. You understand? We have certain foods that we can give to the gods or the goddesses. You know what I mean? So it doesn't always require a chicken or a goat or a cow. Okay?
And they don't always require a lot of. They don't always require a lot, but sometimes you know sometimes they do. Some of them don't even require. It's some spirits that we deal with that's not in Europe, but they don't require blood at all. You know. So you know, I think that's the cool thing about it. You know, is different tribes take different things. I mean, different spirits take different things, but in the end, you want them to work for you, and so you need to give them what they ask for.
That's right. That's right. You want them to work on behalf of you for whatever your situation may be. And let me tell y'all something, because people get this misconception that it's only done in Africa. Let me tell you something. I remember seeing the Jews in New York City with white chickens. Sacrificing much white chickens, and the Jews used to have their ritual of their own. Let's not make no mistake about it. You got, I think, there's a couple of other cultures that deal with sacrificing animals, okay? Don't make it just like it's just the Africans.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just go to Africa and say, oh, they don't care. They just sacrifice animals. Nah, don't get it confused, buddies. At the end of the day, you got a lot of other cultures that sacrifice animals too. Okay? Dogs, cats. And y'all have to remember, see, a lot of times we get sensitive to the things that we see over in Africa, like one of the orphans to Ogun is what dogs. So people
Mm-hmm.
get sensitive. And I understand because you get attached to them here in this country, but you got to respect somebody's culture because the dog is an offering to that God, which that God is going to protect that village. They do what they got to do. Okay? It's not for you to get offended by, oh, what about the poor dog? You understand? Some, like in China, dogs are good. They like to eat them. They like to eat cats. Right? And we're saying that I'm not mad at them because that's what they do in their country. That's how they grew up. We grew up eating goddamn cows and pigs. In India, cows are sacred. You better not eat a cow in India. They're sacred. That's their sacred animal.
Yeah, so in India, you eat cow, you may be kind of considered a savage.
Exactly. So when we eat cow, the Indians looking at us like goddamn it, the poor cow. That's sacred to us. You know what I mean? Why y'all eating a cow? See, this is why it's important to learn. This is why it's important to know. Like I always say, where there's knowledge, there's choice, and where there's no knowledge, there's no choice. Start studying. Don't ever, ever, ever limit your knowledge data bank to learn about other things, to learn about other cultures. Because when you don't know, you have no choice but to be ignorant. You have no choice but to be ignorant. Now, again, it's not only Africans that sacrifice animals, there's many other cultures. And not only that, yeah, we feel sorry for the dog, but you know what? They don't. That's their offering to their God. We can't get mad, we can't get angry. We gotta respect their cultural way of life.
Mm-hmm.
Africans in America, we have a cultural way of life. Despite of the fact of knowing that we have a lineage that traces back to Africa, right? We still have a cultural way of life. We do things differently, okay? So we do have a culture. Make no mistake about it. I don't give a goddamn who told you what. Make no mistake about it. We do have a culture here in America, Africans in America. You understand? We have a culture too. Coming back from the American Indian culture, that also too, which the first Indian was African. You understand? So we're saying that we have a culture here too. So we have to understand everybody lives their own cultural ways. We can't judge them. We can't get mad at them. Oh,
That's
why
because
y'all
I'm on this.
sacrifice animals? Oh, you ain't supposed to be doing that, and you know.
Let me get on this
And
one.
Stephen Cody, he posed a good question. I mean, I feel like no question is dumb. But what I feel like is that we have to open our minds and understand. And like I said, where there's knowledge, there's choice, and where there's no knowledge, there's no choice. That means you want to always add to your knowledge database. Don't limit yourself to what you just heard. Like I said, go look it up. And for your own, don't just listen to me. Go look it up. Because I used to see Jews in Brooklyn with chickens and doing their sacrifices. That's right. Other cultures sacrifice animals too. But the difference is, I don't know how they deal with theirs, and I think most of them do eat theirs. But in Africa, again, those animals are eaten after they are paid homage to and asked to give up their life to help somebody. And they eat, every part of the animal is used.
Mm.
The hearts can be used for rituals to put in the paths. You understand? Every part. The body is fried up and cooked. They eat the food. They eat every part of that animal. Okay? All right. Any questions, family?
Any questions, family?
Any questions? If you have any questions, put it in the chat. Now I want to go into the next topic: the importance of being creative. Being creative, family. Now, everybody has a level of teaching
Mm-hmm.
and what they're teaching, right, Brother Dinkra?
I agree. I think we as black people, when we teach, you teach and you teach, you teach, you teach, you start looking for other material, something else to tap into. You gotta really use that melanin, man. Use that melanin. Tap into that creative source. That's what you got the melanin for, to tap into that creative source and to create something out of nothing. We got to do better than that. I see a lot of people on the internet, they want to teach everything they seen everybody else teaching. Teach something else. You know, tap into your spiritual and be divine. Go ask the ancestors what you need. Let them ancestors guide you. You talking about ancestors? Let the ancestors guide you. You deal with the spirit. Let the spirit guide you. You know, spirit ain't guiding you to somebody else's page to copy them. You know what I mean? Just be creative. That's all.
April, you're welcome, April. And what I mean, there's different levels and different dimensions. Some people are still on the third dimension. Some people are still on the fourth dimension. Some people are still on the fifth dimension. You understand? Where some of us are still on the 16th dimension already, okay? So there's nothing wrong with teaching the same things, okay? But what you have to be mindful of, you want to be creative when teaching those things, okay? I remember when I was doing a radio show, and this is no word of a lie. I'm not gonna mention the names, but they would entitle their show the exact same show name that I would entitle my show. I'd be like, huh? So if I said, you know what, I'm gonna teach you about ancestral worship today. They did a show the next day. I'm gonna teach you about ancestral worship. And it wasn't like we were separated. We didn't know each other. We were very in close proximity. We knew each other very, very well. As a matter of fact, they were one of the ones that gave us start, right? So, but like, well, what? Can't you be creative, right?
Because people probably heard about how good that show was. So go look for it, and then they go look for it, and they see somebody else is doing that.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that nobody can't have the same information.
No, I'm just saying that
I'm
they
just
just
saying,
trying to
be
feed off
creative.
of the energy that you put out already. That's
Yeah,
all.
well, people like to do that a lot, and it's like it's okay, but you know, if you are good at teaching this, you just stick over there, stay over there, teach that, do what you do, because everybody's coming up at different times and different places. So you got people coming up on different levels. So there's still people that don't know about Black history. There's still people that don't know about or are not conscious yet that have to learn that information. You understand? What is Stephen? Let me see what you said, Stephen Cody. Hold
Every
on.
everyone should have their own lane, you know.
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh damn, it came up.
So it's very important, family. Hey, family. Hey, Lanisha. How you doing? Hey, Kevin Gray. I'm trying to see what you said, Stephen. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back up. Okay. Come on now. Let's make it be bad. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. You know, Facebook get on my goddamn nerves. I'm about to cuss their asses out. Most of us that migrate to the U.S. very young or being born in the U.S. lost our way. America does not teach us how nothing about African ancestors. Let me tell you something, Stephen Covey. There's no excuse now. The best thing that ever happened to us was the goddamn internet. The best thing that happened was the internet.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse now. And it's been like this for over 10 years. Actually, I'm going to say 20 years now. I had a computer. I had a computer with the big back on it from the time computers came out. I remember when I used to have AOL, and I would plug it in. It would make all that goddamn noise to get on the internet. So let me tell you something. I have a computer since they've been out, since you was able to buy them. And I remember how they used to be. And not only that, when I was 11 years old, I used to work on the computers in New York City at my godmother's job. I used to go there after school and work on the computers. So, saying that, I've been on computers forever. But let me tell you this. The knowledge has been out there. You have people from the 60s. You know, fortunately, I come from my maternal side being the African side from Cabo Verde. You understand? We knew about the ancestors and stuff like that. But let me tell y'all something. You had conscious people back in the 60s and the 50s.
It was real conscious and very.
Right. They were very knowledgeable about the ancestors. You had people in New York City in the 70s and the 60s. Okay, Stephen, I don't know where you're from, Stephen, but I know up north, it was very popular. Very popular.
You know, some people they didn't even bother with they didn't really bother with this type of information
I must blow the water on me.
because they were
Christians. They was
Christians.
in the church.
They were in the church and they were in the mosque, so they didn't want to get really too militant.
Right. They yeah, that's the thing, Stephen. So they either black African Americans in the church or they were in the mosque. Yep. Calling on Jesus and God. Right? But if y'all think about it, every other culture, Indians, Africans pay homage to their ancestors except Africans in America. And white people in America too. They're another one. Now, I'm going to tell y'all like this, something you probably didn't know. You have more black people that attend the churches than white people. The most I ever seen white people in church was when 9/11 happened. I ain't lying. You seen every white face in goddamn church on 9/11, and they was praying. You hear what I'm saying? White people didn't go to church like that. It was black people. And I come down south, every goddamn corner got a church on it. So, unfortunately, black people was to be kept blind from their original culture. But let me tell y'all something. You know how I know my own brothers and sisters, Africans in America, didn't read the whole goddamn Bible? Because in the Bible, it talks about ancestors. So now there's no excuse. That tells you didn't read the whole Bible. Listen, oh, well, we didn't learn about, like you said, Stephen Cody, we didn't learn about ancestors, but you don't know the Bible then. You went to church and you don't know the Bible? Most black people know the Bible only because of the scriptures that the pastor talks about. They know about Psalms, they know about Proverbs, but have you read that whole Bible? And when you read that whole Bible, you should read it from back to front. And if you read that Bible, you will see they talked about ancestors. So there's no excuse for Africans in America not to know about ancestors. And that shows me right there, you went to church just to listen to the goddamn pastor run his goddamn mouth and take your money. Take your money. That's right.
He said he didn't say that. That wasn't. No, this is another Stephen. It's on Facebook, not you. Stephen Castor. That's his name or something like that.
Who? Where?
The person on Facebook is
Stephen Castor. No, that's Stephanie. That's not.
Stephanie Castor?
No, his name is Stephen. It was Stephen Cody.
Oh.
Go back up.
He said he didn't say that he on YouTube. Right there.
Oh, that's Stephanie.
Stephanie Castor. Okay,
I thought it was Stephen Cody who said that.
Because you kept saying Stephen. I'm sorry. I thought you was talking about somebody else. Let me see.
Oh, I'm sorry, Stephen. But it don't matter. Stephanie, you got to know that. People here that read the Bible should know that there are ancestors in the Bible. They talk about ancestors.
And then Kara says, as a kid, I remember seeing the back of the Ebony magazine ads for setting lights for candle magic.
See what I'm saying? But see, they even use the Bible. And this is another thing, Christians, acting like y'all don't know. They use Psalms to do rituals. Psalms to do rituals. Proverbs to do rituals. Candles. They be in front of the church altars with their candles because churches got altars too. If you don't know, you better know now. Go in the church, they got an altar too. They put candles on the altar. They take the blood of Jesus. They sacrifice in Jesus. They take the flesh, which is the bread that's supposed to be the flesh of Jesus. See what I'm saying, y'all? But they want to talk about us African traditional healers or our voodoo priests or whatever you want to call it. They want to talk about us. She said I meant they make it seem that they're seeking our ancestors' support and protection them bad. That's why I said we lost our ways. But that's true, Stephanie. You know, Africans in America, I'm going to say like this. Africans in America they didn't want to know. They're so caught up in the concept of Jesus and God, and then they don't even read the whole Bible.
Yeah, because they don't even realize, it tell you in the Bible don't celebrate stuff like Christmas. It tell you don't celebrate customs where they decorate the evergreen tree with tinsel, silver and gold trimming and stuff like that.
But you see,
they don't even know what's in the Bible. They just go by what the pastor's teaching them.
What the pastor teach them, and not only that, the pastor be putting spells on y'all. He be putting spells right on y'all. Y'all don't even know it.
Yeah.
Because in the Bible, it talks about rituals being done. When you talk about Moses, Moses sacrificed a goat, right?
They sacrificed
to the gods. Tell me this, y'all. Who's the gods? Moses sacrificed a goat to the gods. Ain't that what we do in Africa? Sacrifice goats to certain gods. So when you look at the Bible, it's no different than what we do. Okay, so and he put burnt offerings on the shrine, frankincense and myrrh. Don't we use frankincense and myrrh to smoke out the house? But the Africans in America don't take the time to read that Bible and understand there was just as much magic in that Bible as we do now today. Daniel was a seer. I'm a seer. I don't like the word psychic. I'm a seer. I have the gift and was blessed with the gift and born with the gift to see through the depths of your soul. Daniel was a seer in the Bible. See, we always say the Bible is truth, African truth, plagiarism, lies. But you should read that Bible. So a lot of you Christians need to go back and read that Bible. Don't listen to the pastor. He come in one day, he got one message for you. You know what? The Spirit used his ass to give you a message. And that message seemed like it's just for you every time you go to church on Sunday, right? Like, oh, God, I know that message was for me. But let me give y'all a little secret. That's anything. I can sit here right now and say, I got a message for somebody. Somebody needs to take care of their health. And they need to take care of their health better. Spirit just showed me that somebody on this line needs to really get serious about taking care of their health. Because they ain't paying attention to it. They're going to say, that message was for me. See? Pastors are magical too.
The carrots say pastors put spells on you with frequencies of their voice.
Yeah, screaming and hollering and Jesus said that you must do this. And Jesus said in Proverbs 19 that you gotta go down. You gotta go down. You gotta go. You see what I'm saying? And she's right, because when you damn, I don't know how to do it because it just choked me up. But when you use that vibrational energy, that frequency right there, that's bringing some power. Remember I told y'all earlier about the Inyama, right? So that's bringing some power. So she's right. He's using a certain vibrational energy to kind of put a spell on you. Then they start screaming and shit, and they be going crazy. And then people in the church, you getting chills because you think, he just put that vibration out there, or she put that, and you start getting chills. And yes, the word was good today, right? I'm getting out of church feeling all good, and I'm happy. And then y'all going to as they always say, going to the goddamn club the next day. But you was good in church. You understand? The pastor and the women talk, pastor had a good message today. Did you hear that message, Pastor? Oh, girl, I can't wait to get home and tell my husband. You know what? He had a good one. He missed church today.
And they love their pastor more than they love their husband.
Right.
They buy their pastor suits, buy them ties.
Every goddamn anything in the world. But I'm just saying, but that's that message. That's what Adinkra is talking about. That energy, that vibrational energy, that frequency that they put out is what puts a spell on your ass.
When they start reading the gospel, they start reading it and they start, tapping into your frequency and getting seeing who's gonna get all riled up with what they saying, and then they start getting more rowdy and more rowdy and more rowdy.
Look, you know why she's even telling the truth 150% more? Y'all been in church, and there's that one old lady. They're sitting there, right, y'all? That one old lady, listen to the message, she getting into it, and she just fanning and shaking. This old lady, y'all, so she got the fan, and she just said, yeah, Jesus, amen, amen, right? And the lady's amen, right? And she jump up out the chair, and start speaking in tongues and shit, and she start jumping out. That's how you know he's putting a goddamn spell on you, because he brings the goddamn devil energy out of your body, and then what he does is you start talking in tongues and you thinking that shit is something in tongues, but you don't understand because it's really the goddamn demons talking through your ass. That's right. Y'all think it's a joke? Go to church and see. I remember one time, me and my sister Nancy, right? This is funny, y'all. So it was a friend of mine, and she invited us to the house, right? And it was, species like a little lady get together and stuff like that. And we were all talking. It was nice, drinks and stuff like that. And everybody had a nice little conversation. So at the end, when we were getting ready to leave, she wanted to pray. So me and my sister Nancy looked at each other and said, you know what? Pray? Nah, we ain't trying to go there. But we didn't want to be rude. So we said, okay, we'll get together and we'll start praying, right? So it was about 6 of us, and we're holding hands, and she starts praying, and she starts praying. Next thing, she starts busting out talking in tongues. I looked at Nancy, Nancy looked at me, I let the woman's hand go. It's time to go. It's time to go. You can't goddamn tell me your ass is not bringing out the devil when you start talking in tongues. I don't care how you put it, what you say. That's goddamn demons coming out your ass. You are possessed with a demon when you start speaking in goddamn tongues. I don't care. I have a cousin who bought the exact same car as her pastor, and she calls him daddy. What? See what I'm saying? He put a goddamn spell on her ass. And her church goes on secret trips to Vegas. I said, isn't that Sin City? Sure is, Jaleesa. Sure is. That's what I'm saying.
They
They
go
full
on
of
a
shit.
secret trips.
Secret trips to Vegas. What the hell is in Vegas? I ain't never been to Vegas. But at the end of the day, the energy in Vegas, I can see it, I can feel it, I can smell it. The energy in Vegas is so goddamn disagreeable. It's not even fun. You got a lot of souls walking around Vegas. You got a lot of dead souls walking around Vegas that haven't made their way up to the ancestors yet. So these souls are wandering. And let me tell you something, some of them ain't happy. And if you want to take your ass to Vegas and that energy, you go right ahead.
What it says, Martin Luther King had a voice too. Farrakhan too.
Sure did. Both of them had voices. They know
Yeah,
how to preach.
yeah.
They know how to
Farrakhan.
preach.
Shit, I be listening to Farrakhan sometimes.
I like Farrakhan. I listen to Farrakhan too.
Farrakhan
I
be
listen to
yeah.
his speeches. I like Farrakhan. I ain't gonna lie. I got much respect for my Muslim brothers because they had much respect for me when I seen them. And they spoke to me and they was very humble and they was respectful.
They
I
wasn't
love
like
my
they
Muslim
the
brothers.
Muslims not like
The Hebrew
the Hebrew
Israelites.
Israelites. They too
Yeah, they can kiss
disrespectful.
my ass, the Hebrew Israelites. They can bow down and kiss my goddamn feet. Because I told you about the story, y'all, on the radio show. And the brother says he's an Hebrew Israelite and that his mother needs to kiss his goddamn feet. And I cussed him a new ass, too. Tell me, kiss I'll be damned. Kiss whose feet? Shit, not as long as you came out of this vagina, you gonna kiss my goddamn feet. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was a show we had. And he was talking shit, but the Muslim brothers always been respectful. When we used to do lectures, they was always respectful. Especially, I met Wesley Muhammad, very nice brother, very respectful. But I love Farrakhan. I listen to him all day. I'm not in agreeing of being a Muslim sister, but I love Farrakhan and I love my brothers and sisters that are in the Muslim faith. I have nothing to say about them because they always been humble.
Unless they come over here on here with that bullshit.
Michelle Lawrence, you remember that show? Michelle Lawrence, see, she said she remember that show. Cussed his ass out. He was talking about, oh, women should bow down to me. A woman should do this. What? Yeah, I said, so you mean to tell me you want your mother should bow down and kiss your feet? That's right. She should bow down and kiss my feet. A woman is beneath me. I said, shit, not this woman right here.
And see, that's why a lot of how can I put this? That's why a lot of I just say that's why I say it like this. That's why the women isn't respected in those type of religions because she has to she she's not important. She doesn't play an important role unless it's serving a man. So it's like they have Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. They don't have the woman involved in none of that.
And that's another thing Africans in America. Did you ever think about that? Think about it.
It's kind
The
of
Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You are worshiping a man when every goddamn man child come out of your vagina.
and it's
How
like
you worshiping a man?
and it's like you wonder why so much homosexuality in the church and all of that stuff. Even though they preach against it, it's still heavy in the church because of the energy that they put out towards women.
Think about it. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. What happened to the goddamn women?
The same thing with
That's how you know it was written by a goddamn man.
same thing in some of the Muslim countries. They'll be having sex with men and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
All I'm going to say like this is not right ancestors. They're going against the natural order of things and they better be careful. My thing is at the end of the day, without the woman, there's no man. Don't forget it. Without the woman, there's no man. Every man that's born comes out of your vagina. So I'd be damned if I bow down to a man. I'll be damned if I have to bow. I'm going to bow down to your feet and kiss your feet. You must have lost your goddamn mind. KKK, KKK, the Holocaust, the Holocaust. What you yelling about the Holocaust? Get your asses out of here. Get out of here with that bullshit. KKK, ain't you supposed to be worshiping God? Y'all put up a cross. Ain't y'all supposed to worship God? Why y'all up in the chat over here trying to put KKK? That shit don't intimidate nobody. Y'all better take that shit to your God and go worship your God. You're supposed to be Christians, right?
I think they got a new thing where they worship. One of them, one like Thor or somebody. Now they worship Thor.
That's even better. Now we really could whoop your motherfucking asses. Because you know what? Thor is an African god. So if we summons if we summons Thor, you in trouble. You in trouble. Is that true? The KKK supposed to be worshiping Thor now?
It's certain groups of them they worship Thor.
What groups of the KKK worship
Remember,
Thor?
I told you I seen not the KKK but like the skinheads and like the offspring of that shit.
Shit, boy, it's on and popping,
they
y'all.
got that's why I was telling you a lot of them be wearing like the Aryan Nation. They be wearing that's what they have those crosses for. They had a Thor cross and all of that shit. That's why, because that's who they worship. They worship Thor.
Well, I'm about to rise up, Thor to kick their asses. How about that? How about that? KKK, Nazi, 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 Holocaust. That's funny, y'all. They're trying to post it in YouTube like somebody's supposed to be intimidated. Just for that, your goddamn computer's about to break down. Just for that, your fingers are going to start to cramp up. You're going to wish you never put that in our chat, goddammit.
Indicara says they're suppressing the I can't even say it, divine
They sure are,
feminine
the divine
energy.
feminine energy. But see, at the end of the day, 5 years ago, I talked about this, ladies. And y'all remember, the divine feminine energy had to rise to bring the balance back. That's why you're seeing a lot of these men who have disrespected the divine feminine energy, who have disrespected them in a worse way, are getting their asses whooped right now by the divine feminine energy. Right now, in every type of way. They're getting their asses whooped for disrespecting the divine feminine energy. That energy rise a long time ago. About 5-6 years ago. Now and what's happening is that energy is rising in men as well. So the estrogen and testosterone is balancing out. Men are becoming more sensitive. Not effeminized, more sensitive. Because their bodies are going through a transformation and they're becoming more lighter beings. So that had to happen first in order for them to get to where they're at now. So now you're seeing more than one peace and love and harmony, more sensitive. Whereas the rest of the goddamn world, it was nothing but leaders, chaos, power, being greedy for power. That shit is humbling down. Because them too had to go through a transformation. Hey Denzel, is mine, is mean, is mine, is mean. How are you?
What's over there?
Oh, y'all have any questions, y'all?
Oh, Denzel is mine.
So tell me, y'all, what dimension do you think you're in? What dimension do you think you're in? First, second, third, fourth? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? There's 16 of them now. 16 dimensions. As y'all heard me say on the song Cosmic Love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of y'all are still in the third dimension. Let me tell y'all something. You know who's still in the first and the second dimension? Some of these little towns. We went through Griffin, Georgia. That shit looked like it's from the 1950s still. The houses down there look from 1950. We went down to Mississippi. That shit still look like slavery houses down there. Them got shit down there in Mississippi. I was like, what the hell, this shit ain't updated yet? It literally seems like...
What about
what?
Alabama too?
Shit, Alabama too. I mean, I'm like,
too.
the hell's going on here? They're still in the first goddamn dimension. They look like they're back in the 1960s. They had a goddamn gas station back from the 60s. You hear what I'm saying? I'm like, y'all still in the first dimension. It seems like when you go to different towns, they're in different dimensions. They don't live in the same dimension. One town has still closed from the 1970s. They ain't even stepped up their goddamn game.
Cody say he in the sixth dimension.
Cody, how you know you in the sixth dimension? How you know? How you know?
And the Kara says she in the fifth.
How you know?
Sister Moon One says true.
Cody and Indicator, how do y'all know y'all in the fifth and sixth dimension? Tell me how y'all know. What do y'all feel differently in the dimensions? What do you feel differently?
Oh, Jaleesa say Ken hates Griffin.
Hey, Ken, I don't blame you. But let me tell you though. Let me tell you this though. Right now, Griffin is the top of the line to buy some real estate, investment property. So I don't hate Griffin that much because I found a duplex, 5 apartment duplex, 2 bedrooms for $300,000. And let me tell you something. It's generated over $2,500 a month, which leaves you about maybe say $1,000 profit. But if you remodel them and regenerate and fix them up, you can get a little bit more for them. I'm telling you right now, Griffin does have some good duplexes and some deals for real estate. So I wouldn't discount Griffin just yet. I don't like living down there, but I'll go down there and invest in a bunch of property. I like to think I'm entering the seventh dimension. Dina Tough, why do you think you're entering the seventh dimension? Yeah, but I can't live there. I don't blame you, Ken. I can't live there either. I got to be near the city, y'all. It's too goddamn country. And when you come from a place like New York City, I like the peace and quiet. I've gotten used to it, but I can't have too goddamn quiet. I can't feel like I'm riding down the goddamn highway. If I turn on the light, it's pitch fucking dark like I'm in a fucking dungeon under the ground somewhere. That shit is ridiculous. And then you just can't see shit. And no. Let me tell y'all this. I got to be near some type of city.
Stephen Cody says he feel like he's in the sixth dimension because he's sensitive to the elements around and ears ringing. That's everybody.
Stephen Cody, you know why you're not in the sixth dimension? Because when you ask a question like you asked me the other day about them goddamn animals, you ain't in the sixth dimension.
And he said he astro detailed dreaming.
That don't mean you're in sixth dimension. I'm gonna tell you right now. Spirit shows me you're in the fourth dimension, Stephen Cody.
Yeah, I felt like Indicator's she's in a higher dimension than him anyway.
Yeah, Indicator is in the higher dimension. Indicator, you're almost in the sixth dimension, Indicator. You coming out. I see that you coming out of the fifth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
His cousin just bought a house in Griffin. It's nice, but Ken says we absolutely not buying a house again. Shit, I don't. But look at here. Remember the investment though. The investment. Don't say that, because then you won't be able to buy no houses at all. Don't put that energy out there. Be very clear. I don't want to buy a house to live in Griffin, but I will buy an investment property in Griffin. I want to show people the cards real quick. I don't know. Just call on no boom. Call on no boom.
Oh, shit.
All right, y'all. I got something to show y'all. Indicator, you've seen him already, but I want to show you because some of the people on here. Anybody on the Facebook or YouTube do tarot cards? Anybody do y'all? Look, I've been lounging around all day, so y'all see I do my hair as if a ponytail. I just went to the grocery store and then came back. Look what I got, y'all. Look at these right here. Y'all see these? Queen Hip Hop. I had to do it as a collective item, right? We went to Books A Million and we found these right here.
They just knocked everybody offline almost.
You see? Let me tell you something. These are a 52 card deck. The Queen is the Hip Hop Queen's Oracle deck. Oracle deck, y'all. Now, I like collecting them. I don't use them unless I really want to read something. But let me tell y'all this. I have a whole bunch. Adinkra has a whole bunch. We collect tarot cards. So we have a whole bunch. But I had to get this one because there was only a few left. And I said, this is a collector's item right here. Let me show you how pretty the cards are. Hold on. And you got the book, the Hip Hop Queen's book, right? And what's so funny?
I didn't think you was gonna buy that book. I mean that tarot deck.
I bought it because it's a collector's item, and I'm not trying to be funny, but anything that's created by black people, they don't sell a lot of it. So I feel like they're not gonna, because a lot of people now, you got a lot of women, black women, getting into the traditions again, getting into readings, getting into tarots and stuff like that. But look, these cards,
That's
and
Trina.
this is Trina, y'all. So they got Trina, and that card
What
is
Trina?
tenacity.
Tenacity.
Yeah.
Let me see. What's the other one? What's the book at?
Oh.
Let me see. What does
So,
what does Trina
all
mean?
right. So we'll do a 3 card, just a little 3 card read for y'all today. Okay. So we gonna see what Trina read. So we pull Trina, right, y'all? We got Trina. Who's the us girls? Who's the US girls?
Us girls.
Us girls? Who's the us girls, y'all?
Guidance. That means guidance. I ain't never heard of them.
Guidance, okay?
Oh, they got MC Light up in there.
And look, they even got Young Ma. Young Ma. Look at that, y'all.
Oh, that look like Nipsey Hussle.
All right, so potential, guidance, and tenacity.
Shit,
All
where's
right,
Trina at?
how can you tell which one you in? How can you talking about dimensions? Okay, Brother Dink is gonna pull up those and read them real quick since he's looking
Alright.
through the book. So you talk about dimensions. Um, Kevin Gray, you gonna feel it. You gonna feel it. You gonna hear. You gonna feel more than just ears ringing. You gonna feel like you're not a part. Your surroundings are not going to feel familiar to you. You're gonna feel like you're above your surroundings. Like I actually, you when you get in certain dimensions, you
God damn.
what?
Boy, they
Just
some
call
this
call
thing is
on your
going
father. Call on your father, cause he's standing right here. Call on him, and he will make it stop. You are his son. You can call on him. Okay. Um. You're welcome, Kevin. But it's just different things you go through. If you hear the ringing in the ears, a lot of times that's the beings working on you, working on your physical, spiritual body. Just ask them to give you a sign. If that's the beings, tell them to ring your other ear. They will do it. They'll let you know because there's messages coming from the cosmos. Okay. So you're gonna feel like you just gonna feel like you don't even like negative stuff. You ain't gonna want to watch nothing negative. You're gonna want to be around people, different type of people. Your whole energy is gonna change up.
this damn thing don't even have a hold on, let me see. It don't even have a what you call it?
Like a guide. So
Yeah.
pretty much you'll know. You're gonna feel like, oh, I ain't part of that over there. Yeah. You're welcome, Kevin.
Let me see if it okay, let's see if maybe
All right, family. So let's see here. What is this, right? Oh. Maka Akando, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Any other questions, family?
I say look see it says it got Trina's card, right? For tenacity it says Trina's card can teach us all a lesson. Hold firm and steady. You will never fall to practice. Also makes perfect. So if you're feeling like you're losing a grip on someone or something, maybe more work is needed. Okay, I ain't gonna read out. They got a whole goddamn.
A whole paragraph.
Yeah, shit, more than a paragraph. Let me see what the other one is.
Potential.
Potential. You want me to read this one? I was
Kim
trying.
Smith, why you say you in the sixth dimension? Tell me why. Why you think you in the sixth dimension? Let me tell y'all something. What you gonna notice when you like I was saying earlier, when you travel to different towns, they're still stuck in certain dimensions. You remember that movie Stranger Things? Y'all watch that TV show? Stranger Things? Something like that. You'll be able to tell. But Stranger Things, go back and watch. You gotta watch the beginning. But when you go to different towns, they're in different dimensions. Okay? They're in different dimensions.
So for Young and May, right? Young and May it says she's never mind. Really?
You don't want to listen. I told you who to call on. Call on your father. You don't listen. Just plain hard headed. You want me to call him? Huh?
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 I agree with Selma. What?
I agree that Selma, Alabama still. Ogun, 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 ye mo ye. Which one am I? Ogun, ye mo ye.
Ogulake.
Ogun Lake. Oh, wait, see that you want to call
Like
him
it.
after? Which one? His spirit up in
I
peace.
don't know why it's doing that. They must be watching movies upstairs.
My mom passed. Okay. Hazel. Okay, Hazel. Your mother's fine. Your mother's doing good, Kevin Gray. She's good. She's good. Your mother's doing just fine. Okay?
So some of them just hearing the stuff about.
Um, your mother wanted to offer her some type of food she used to like, and you know what she liked. Her favorite food, you need to give your mother an offering, okay? You're welcome. All right, any more questions, family? Any messages from my ancestors,
Well, here we
known
go.
or unknown?
Here we go.
Uh-oh. Here they come now. Now everybody going to be asking for messages for their ancestors right now. Manka Akando. Why does that name sound like it's... The name sounds like it's the Gambia, from the Gambia.
Hmm.
Maka Akando, you are something with business. Your ancestors want you to check on one of your business, something business with you. I keep seeing there's some type of business, something you need to check into that needs to be taken care of that you're not taking care of. Your ancestors want you to take care of business the proper way. Hey, Frankie. Hey, Akilam. How are you? Hope you guys are having a great night. Frankie Thomas, yes we are. Modi Busta. Modi Busta, you know what I'm saying because you up there with all the Cape Verdean people. I agree. I'm from Selma, Alabama. The town still has the 60s feel. Eric Woods, you ain't never lying. Try to come up to Atlanta, you feel like you in goddamn futuristic Wakanda some goddamn way.
That's probably why a lot of the surrounding states like that come here.
What? Yeah, to Atlanta, right? All right, any more questions, family? Let me see how long we've been on here because I'm hungry.
An hour.
An hour, okay?
And yeah.
We're having a great night, Frankie. I'm hungry, though.
Yeah,
I
you too.
disagree. What you disagree with? Who's saying what? Who's
What's,
saying they disagree? Stephen Cody
oh,
says, I disagree.
you disagree about Stephen Cody?
Stephen Cody disagreed with the fact that he is in the sixth dimension.
Oh, you told me it was in the fourth, right?
Mm-hmm. Stephen Cody, my daddy used to say it's okay to agree to disagree, but goddamn it, when you read like me through the depths of a person's soul, and I'm not even bragging on what I see, I'm gonna tell you like this: your ass is in the fourth dimension. You can say what you want to say, you can put it how you want to put it. Because when you ask the questions that you asked me today, and I was talking to you, you just faking and lying about who you are. But I see that you only in the fourth dimension. But it's okay, like I said, it's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay. Kim Smith, I'm going to say I see you probably about in the fourth dimension going to the fifth. I'm seeing you going to the fifth dimension. Well, who goes there? Who's calling my phone this time of night? How you calling me Stephen Cody when I'm on air? Oh, hold on.
You probably kicked him off.
Stephen Cody, how you calling me while I'm on air?
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, your energy is kind of up there tonight, ain't it? I mean, I ain't trying to disrespect it, man. I'm just saying, you know, Miss Nicky, you know, I ain't coming for you. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You know what I'm talking about? You got all the power. I'm just saying, like, I know my life. You understand?
Wait, wait,
I
wait, wait,
know
wait,
what
wait.
I've
Stop
been
right
through.
there. Hold on, my brother.
Yes,
Hold
yes,
on.
ma'am.
Wait a minute, my brother.
Hey, I don't want no
My
problems,
energy,
man.
well, you ain't gonna have no problems, and my energy's up there. But I'm telling you what I see. But you feel like you're in the fourth dimension. It's all good. Like I said, it's okay to disagree to agree. But don't take it personal. You getting a little sensitive on the sister now?
No, no, no,
You,
no,
yes, you are, cause you called me in the middle
no,
of a live.
nah.
We on the
I
live,
can
and you
feel.
calling me on the live.
I don't appreciate how you just said I was in the fourth like that when I know that I may be in the fifth,
See?
not no fourth. I can't accept
She
that one.
just she just telling you what she see, my brother. You can't don't get all upset and been out of shape over it.
Oh no, I just don't agree. But okay, we can agree to disagree. That's
No,
fine.
no, that's what I just said. And for you to say you don't appreciate that, I ain't feeling that right there. Now you getting out of order because at the end of the day, I'm telling you what I see. But if you think you're in the fifth dimension or sixth dimension, that's
Nah,
okay. I'm telling you
all
what
right.
I see. I mean,
I
I
don't.
read, and I'm not even bragging about how I read, but I think I've been doing a good job of reading people for a very long time. So
All right.
don't get offended and don't come at me like that. You called in the middle of a show while we're on air to tell me you don't appreciate that. I'm not feeling that at all.
All right. I apologize about that. I
I
mean, you
mean,
got it. You
I
got it.
mean,
You
if you
got it.
feel
I
like
just
that,
don't.
then by all
I
means,
mean,
go ahead
I
and
just.
roll like that.
I just feel like what I'm saying. You're very aggressive sometimes, and when you don't have to be, because I'm not coming for you. I just simply told you that I don't agree that I was in that dimension. That's it. Now
Well,
you
I
know,
mean, I mean, as
well,
far as being
I know my.
aggressive, come on, man. You've been listening to my show for a long time. Have
When
I
I
been
ask you
aggressive with
questions,
you?
not me, but I ask you questions about certain things because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking you because
Right,
to
and
get clarity.
didn't I take my time today off of the air to get on the phone and sit on there with you for 30 minutes, explain to you why we have to do blood sacrifices?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You
And
did
Valley,
that.
so what do you
I
mean?
agree.
So I'm on a show, I'm on air, and I'm talking.
All right,
Don't take it
all right,
personal. I'm not
all
coming
right.
for you. I talk to everybody when they say stuff. Didn't you hear me earlier?
You know, when I ain't, you know, what I mean, I ain't trying to disrupt what you have going on right now, ma'am. But you know, when the show started, it's like you came straight from me. I do realize that, but it's all
That
good
Steven,
was
though.
that
no,
wasn't
no.
on person. We was just talking
We
about
were
the
talking
topic
about the
of the
topic.
show.
Don't take it personal. For one, you're not the only one who asked us that question. And you
People
heard me
ask us
say it
that all the
earlier.
time.
People ask us that all the time. So we did a show about it because we felt the need to let people know why blood sacrifice is done. And I happen to say your name because I didn't want you to think we were just talking about you because other people.
Sacrifices animals. I don't have a question about that.
Right. So,
I
but
understand.
don't, we're not coming for you like that. Don't even think like that. You cool, we been cool. Don't come at me
Yes,
like
ma'am.
that. That's not right.
My bad. You got it.
I love you, Stephen. Have a good night.
I love you too, mama. Good night.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye.
I look at that motherfucker.
I believe I'm in minute 5. Hello, Willie Hampton. How are you? Yes, YouTube is acting up, right? He said YouTube, not Facebook.
Yeah,
So,
YouTube is really like
is
going
it
in and
going
out.
on with all the other channels as well? Yeah, I'm very disappointed in Steven. I'm kind of disappointed. You kind of like you watch the shows. You know that I talk aggressively, but for you to think I'm just coming straight at you, this is how I am. For you to call me like that, that's not right. I'm not feeling that because when I'm outside someone. Okay, Erica, are you telling us why you feel like you're in the fifth dimension? Facebook is fine. Yeah, okay, so in the curious, it's YouTube that's acting up, right? They might be having a attack on them.
Let me see now. Let me see. Let me see. They just kept knocking people off. We had some people on here tonight, and it just kept.
Yeah, something going on with YouTube.
Let me see. It's usually the other way around.
Facebook.
It usually be Facebook acting up and YouTube. Let me see.
All right, family. I don't know what dimension I'm in. I just want to make it to the next. Frankie, let me see. Frankie, I know you look like you might be in the fourth dimension. You might be in the fourth dimension. Erica Neal, so you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, Frankie, you do rituals too. You're going up to that fourth dimension too.
Us girls is from Beat Street.
Oh, really?
Oh shit. Okay, Woody.
I forgot about the us girls.
Yeah, dog, that's funny.
I don't know what dimension I'm in. Can you tell me? Michelle, you know what, Michelle? I feel like you're in. I feel like you're gonna go into the third dimension, and only because I know your story, you got a lot going on, so you haven't been able to go through your full spiritual transformation yet. So Michelle, I feel like you're gonna go up to the fourth dimension soon. What are the dimensions content of? Stephanie is basically going through your spiritual transformation. So like, as we're going through a spiritual transformation, you're becoming more enlightening. I like to say the DNA is reactivating. So you're getting exposed to more information because we're coming back to our spiritual selves, our highest spiritual selves now. So everybody's going through it at different times. And how you will know, you'll be presented with their birthday, with 111, with the numbers. What?
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah. And I don't know. I just feel like too shit. When you get in certain dimensions, you start seeing other shit too that you wouldn't see. You start seeing beings that you wouldn't see on the third dimension. Shoot. Remember the other day I kept telling you I keep seeing these animals and shit in other dimensions. Remember I was telling you that? And I kept asking Wunam, I was like, damn, I know you said I had a bear and all these other things, but do you see this animal around me? Because I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it everywhere. I've been seeing it for the last year, but I'm seeing them more and more and more now. And then, but I don't know. It's crazy.
I feel lost for a few minutes and we'll come back. Yeah, Erica, you going through it then. You're going through. So basically, Stephanie, it feels like you're not a part of this world. Like you're higher than this realm right here. You know what I mean? You're going to like you think different. You begin to act different. Your energy is different. Like certain things you can't tolerate, like negativity, stuff like that. There's certain things you can't tolerate. The highest dimension, Stephanie, is 16. And you know who's pretty much in the 16 dimensions? The monks.
The monks?
Yeah. The monks. And some of your, I'm not going to say just the monks, but the monks vibrate at that high dimension right there. You have a lot of people, indigenous people, that is indigenous to the land, like us, that are in some of those dimensions, even higher than us. Some of the elders in Africa in the 16 dimensions. They're elevated very, very high. They don't even associate with us ones down here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me see what's in the chat. Let me see if I can see. Shit.
All right, y'all. It's like you connected to different energies that you can really explain. Right. Yep. That's how it is, Stephanie. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, you said I remind you of your mother. You vibe with me? Oh. See, it's like you're vibing with a whole different type of energy of people. Certain people you just can't be around. So you're on another dimension from this. Like they're here, you're there. It's not that you're better, you're just elevating higher in your spirituality than them. So they're no longer conducive to be in your life because they're not carrying the same energy. You said you do live in all dimensions. Do we live in all dimensions? You know
I had a
what? Go ahead.
I had a dream like that.
That we was in all
Like
dimensions.
it was like it kind of reminded me of the Matrix. It was like my main body was here, but then my other body, the rest of my it was other me's in like different spots of the different dimensions and shit. It was like how can I say like a like an octopus, and then it's got a whole bunch of tentacles. That's how I felt like it was weird.
Well, let me say this. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
do we have the ability to astral plane to other dimensions? Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the ability. In your dreams, you can go through all the dimensions. That's what people don't understand. So in your dreams, you can go to all 16 dimensions, and you can actually travel to different dimensions. Will you do a commentary on all dimensions, Michelle? I will try. I will try.
Shit.
I will try.
I don't know.
What?
We only got 15 people now down in thing because it was YouTube been acting crazy.
Been acting crazy.
Yeah.
I've been scared. I won't make it back. Frankie, you was watching Insidious, wasn't you? That's what you was watching. That's why you scared you won't make it back. You'll be okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Michelle, yeah, it's going. Well, not really. Not really. Not really a lot. I would have to sit down and go through each one and get the information you're seeking. All right, family. Any other questions?
You know, in this.
Yeah. So
Shit,
okay. So almost we're not staying on 2 hours tonight, y'all. She said I'm going to say, okay, Michelle, research it too. Research it too. Let us know what you find, what you see.
So do y'all want that to be the next show?
What's on each dimension?
If y'all do on YouTube, put it in the chat. Those who are still on, put it in the chat.
Okay. I'm going. Okay. All right, family. Well, we about to get off of here. Okay. Yes. Everybody say yes. Okay. So that should be the next show. Okay.
Okay.
So the different dimensions. Okay. All right, family. So we're gonna get off of here, and we'll see you probably on Wednesday night. Okay. Y'all stay tuned for another great show. Thank you for tuning in to the Spiritual Vault. I am Wunam, aka Nicky Love, your African Indigenous Traditional Healer.
My brother Adinkra, your African Indigenous Traditional Healer.
Peace and many, many blessings. Let me see. YouTube. Do I want to end out with a song? Should we end out YouTube with a song?
It's up to you.
It's acting up. It's acting up. We need our speaker, y'all. We need our good speaker. So we begin it with a song, but we're going to end out with nothing. Y'all have a good night. You got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. You're welcome, Stephanie. Hey, Michelle. Peace and blessings, family.
Peace,
Thank you
family.
for tuning in, everybody, on Facebook and YouTube.